Hello. Hello, good morning to all of you. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Let us wait for a minute so that everybody will join. Just wait for a minute, right? Can you see the board clearly, sir? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Sir, this on board I will be talking for about few minutes and then I have to give you model questions that appeared in previous IITG main exam and other exams in this topic. Doing problems is very important. We try to do as many problems as possible. As many as possible. Okay. First, today I want to discuss with you some miscellaneous reactions. How many fellows have joined, sir? Hello?
33, sir.
How many? 33?
Yes.
A lot of work is there today. We have to do at least 40 problems. So today I will be discussing with you some miscellaneous ideas.
Sir, the upper side of board is not visible, sir.
Today our objective is, today we have two objectives. First object, to look at some miscellaneous reactions in alcohols, phenols and ethers. Number two, we will be looking
Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me?
Sir, upper part of board is not visible, sir.
Okay. Is it visible now? Hello?
Sir, no left
Is it
part
better
of
now?
board is not visible.
I don't know. Is it better now? Is it visible now?
Yes, sir,
Hello?
not visible, but down part somewhat not visible.
Yeah. Now, can you see what I am writing?
Yes, sir.
What did I write?
Acid.
Very good. Now it is visible. So today I want to discuss some miscellaneous reactions. Then I will be going to problem solving. At least 20 problems we have to do. If you can complete the 20 problems, I feel glad. Notice the topic under discussion is, what is that, sir?
Alcohols, phenols.
Alcohols, phenols, and what, sir?
Ether, sir.
I want to talk about one rearrangement, some reactions of alcohols and phenols and ethers which are not there in NCERT, but which we require at this point of time. So one or two I will discuss, please excuse me. Just I am going a little over the syllabus because these ideas are needed. Okay, thank you. Slowly we go. Sir, I want to prepare this compound. Can you name this compound, please? And I also want to prepare this compound. Can you name this compound, sir? Hello.
Glycol and glycerine.
This is called ethylene glycol. If I have ethene, if I add Bayer's reagent, sir, what is Bayer's reagent?
Alkaline
Bayer's
KMNO4.
reagent is alkaline KMNO4. KMNO4 aqueous solution in presence of base. Sir, the KMNO4 is a oxidizing agent. It will give oxygen. it gives oxygen to water in basic solution. H2O takes extra oxygen from permanganate and momentarily become H2O2. So by adding a KMnO4 to water in basic medium, momentarily you are producing H2O2. That is OH. This is due to oxidizing property of permanganate. That H2O2 combines with two carbons which were earlier linked by pi bond. The pi bond breaks and two OH groups link through sigma bond. Therefore, ethene is converted to ethylene glycol by Bayer's reagent. This is a universal reaction. Any damn compound that has a double bonds react with Bayer's reagent and discharge the pink color. Whatever may be the nature of compound, if it has a double bond, automatically the double bond pi bond breaks, two OH groups are added. This is an addition reaction known as hydroxylation. What is it called, sir? Hydroxylation. Okay, sir?
Yes.
Sir, this hydroxylation is a syn addition. Two OH groups are added from same site. Now, my point is, instead of taking ethene, suppose I take this compound. Can you name this compound, sir? What is this compound?
2,3-dimethyl-butene.
If I take that compound, then I will be getting 2,3-dimethyl but 2,3-diol. 2,3-dimethyl but 2,3-diol dihydroxyl. Can you see it, sir?
Yes.
Hello?
Sir.
Sir, instead of that, if I take a compound like this, here I have a phenyl group, here I have a phenyl group. What is the name of this compound, sir? This compound. I will give you $1 if you can answer in 1 minute. Okay? I am not giving you 1 rupee, I will give you $1. Okay? Come on. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Nobody's answered. This compound is 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 butene, 2, 3 diphenyl but 2 ene, 2, 3 diphenyl but 2 ene. If two phenyl groups are on the same side, it is cis 2,3 diphenyl but 2 ene. If the two phenyl groups are on the opposite side, trans 2,3 diphenyl but 2 ene. Count the longest continuous chain from one end to the other end. Count in such a way that the functional group gets lowest possible number. Anyway, it is the only way. See the C6H5 as a substitute. Call it as but 2,3 diphenyl 2 ene. Are we clean, sir? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, in this compound, if I add alkaline, what is the name of this compound, sir? Can you name this compound, please?
2,3-dimethyl-but 2,3-diol.
2,3 diphenyl but 2,3-diol. Such compounds which have two OH groups on the adjacent carbons are generally called pinacols. What is the name, sir? What is the name? Pinacol, COL. Some people are writing extra O. Generally, extra A is not there. It's simply Pinacol. What is a Pinacol? A diol. Okay, sir. Hello. 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 Are we connected or disconnected? I will be asking frequently because I have the tension. Hello.
Yes, sir.
You are there. How many fellows have joined, sir?
54.
54, sir.
Very good. Now,
Sir, still when we are having class, sir?
Excuse me, sir.
Today's class is 1 hour or 2 hours?
Sir, your wish, sir. If you want, I will close in 10 minutes, sir. Sir, please don't worry about the time. Now, you see whether you are enjoying the learning or not. If you stop enjoying, we stop the class. Let it be 5 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours. That's not okay. Sir, you understood what is a pinacol? Yes, have you understood?
Yes.
Now, I take a pinacol. Carefully observe. I take a pinacol, you know how to prepare it. If I add a little bit acid, wonderful reaction happens, sir. This compound urgently changes to what is this compound, sir? Hello? What is this compound? Can you name this compound? Hello? Can you name this compound, sir? Youth, because it has 4 carbons. 2 warm, because it is a ketone, double bond on the second carbon.
D3 dimethyl.
And it has 2 methyl groups on third group. 3 dimethyl. Bute 2O. Can you see this compound, sir? Hello? Hello? Hello, please. In presence of acid, pinacol changes to a ketone called pinacolone. A extra is to be avoided. Pinacolone. Sir, this is a very popular reaction called pinacol-pinacolone rearrangement. Pinacol, pinacolone rearrangement. There are 3 advanced questions on this concept in last 10 years. So I'm just talking on this. Just don't worry if it is difficult for you. I try to make it very simple. Okay, sir? Okay, sir? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, compounds which have 2 OH groups are called dihydric alcohols. A type of dihydric alcohols are called pinacols. This compound is a standard pinacol. The standard pinacol, when I am adding a little bit acid, you know, acid is one who gives H plus. Whenever there is a H plus, the oxygen heart will melt because oxygens have 2 lone pairs. Any one oxygen immediately gets temptation to donate the lone pair. Normally, CO bond will never break, but the OH group will be a good leaving group if there is acid. If there is no acid, OH is a bad leaving. If there is a acid, OH will be a good leaving group. Leaving group means it will leave. How it will leave, let us see. If there is the acid, it gives proton. Proton is taking lone pair of electrons from oxygen. So urgently you will be getting a situation where this is normal, but this fellow, it has donated the lone pair of electron to H plus. It became OH2 plus. Oxygen got plus charge, sir. Why, sir? Hello? Hello? Why oxygen got plus charge? Can you see it clearly, sir? Hello? 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 Are you there, please?
Yes, sir.
Sir, whenever the pinocol is added with an acid, the H plus of the acid was given a lone pair of electrons by one of the OH. When it has given its lone pair, it made a dative bond and it got plus charge. When once oxygen gets plus charge, it will urgently break the bond between carbon and oxygen and goes out as water. When the water is going out, now who will get plus charge, sir? Hello? Who will get plus charge?
Carbon.
You can see here, this poor carbon is getting plus charge. Can you see it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can you see it, sir? When it got a plus charge, immediately the neighboring methyl group will shift along with bonding electrons. Immediately the neighboring carbon's methyl group will shift. As the methyl group shifts, you can see what happens. The methyl, out of two methyl groups, first fellow has shifted. Now this carbon got how many methyl groups, sir? Newly shifted one, old methyl group, still old methyl group. And it got plus charge because methyl group shifted. It has voltage. Can you see it, sir? Hello?
Yes, sir.
When the methyl group shifted, now this carbon got plus charge. This carbon hates plus charge too. So it will kick on the ass of hydrogen and take away the electrons. So urgently this fellow will release a H plus and you are getting no change here. Here you got a double bond O because OH bond has broken and H plus has gone out. And here we have three methyl groups. This compound is called 3,3-dimethyl-2-butanone, otherwise pincolone. Can we see it, sir? Hello? Hello? Pincolone. Why all this happened? Because of the temptation of the one of the oxygens to donate lone pair to H plus. When OH has donated the lone pair, it became OH2, and because it can't take plus charge, water got discharged. Because of that, the carbocation is formed. When the carbocation is formed, it has kicked on the neighbor's ass and took the methyl group. Then the neighbor became positively charged. The neighbor who has OH will kick the H plus out, and the double bond will generate between carbon and oxygen. You got a ketone. This is a standard reaction called pincolone rearrangement. Is that fine with you, sir? Hello? Question, what are pincols? Pincols are the compounds which have two OH groups on the two adjacent carbons. They are weak dialcohols. What happens to pincol if I am adding acid? Pincol will rearrange itself and it involves a migration of a methyl group, generates a pincolone. Will the methyl group or phenyl group who prefer to migrate? Suppose, have you written this, sir? Have you written this? Please write down this mechanism. This is pincol. I added acid. It got protonated. It lost water, generated a carbocation. Neighboring methyl group shifted with the bonding electron pair. New carbocation. New carbocation is that which has a OH group. H plus lost, got ketone. This rearrangement is called pincolone rearrangement. Now, there is one standard question I want to get. Sir, can I clear it? Hello. Hello, sir. Can I clear it? Wonderful. I am clearing it, sir. Now I take a pin call like this. C6H5, phenyl group, methyl group, OH group, OH group, and of course C6H5. I put phenyl. Okay, sir. Now, of course, I add H plus. That is as it gets protonated. Usual step. Usually, here you are getting OH2 plus charge. No change here. Water loss. Up to this common, sir. C6H5, 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 phenyl, C53, carbocation. Sir, now the alkyl group or aryl group, who will shift? The phenyl group will shift or methyl group will shift? Who will shift, sir? Anyone can shift. The carbocation wants to lose the plus charge, so the neighboring carbons, any one group should shift. It can be either phenyl group or it can be methyl group. Which will shift preferably, sir?
Phenyl group because it gives more stability due to resonance.
Perfect. The shift happens because of phenyl group. The phenyl group shifts. The migration ability is highest for phenyl group. So as a result, I am getting CH3C plus, here CH3, here C6H5, here new C6H5 that got shifted, and OH. Finally, it will use H plus to give me phenylalone, CH3C double bond O, C, CH3, C6H5, C6H5. Can you name this compound? It is 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 2-butanone. On the third carbon, we have 2 phenyl groups. 3,3-diphenyl, 2-butanone. It is a phenylalone. So, order of migrating ability, C6H5 is a better migrating group than alkyl group, which is a better migrating group than hydrogen. Always, wherever there is a possibility, phenyl group shifts more easily. It is the phenylalone rearrangement. Are you clear? Sir, can I clear it?
Sir,
Hello?
1 minute.
Take your time.
Sir, one finish the last 2 steps, sir.
The reaction we are examining, I have taken a compound like this. Say, pH means phenyl, OH, CH3. Is the CH3 I write Me for methyl. Here I write Me and pH. Here OH. So pH means phenyl, Me means methyl. ET means ethyl. When I am adding H plus, this gets, any one gets protonated. So pH, CMB, pH, OH2, OH. Obviously, water is lost. pH, MB, pH, carbocation, OH. Now here somebody should migrate to relieve the plus charge. Now who will migrate, the methyl group or phenyl? The phenyl group more readily migrates. If the phenyl group is migrating, the methyl group is as it is, Phenyl group got migrated. So it is there. This fellow got a methyl group, newly migrated phenyl group, old phenyl. And that's it. Its positive charge has gone because now it has 4 bonds. It got positive charge, also it has a OH group. Now it will take away the OH bonding electrons, throw the hydrogen as H plus. In the first step, H plus entered, in the last step, H plus released. So I got Me, no change. C got a double bond O. C got Me, PH, PH. This compound is called 3,3-diphenyl 2-butanol. Can you see it clearly, sir? Hello? First step H plus entered, last step H plus released. Therefore, it is an acid catalyzed rearrangement reaction. Acid catalyzed rearrangement. In this rearrangement reaction, technically, the product is having different functional group from the starting material. Therefore, I was cautious not to use the term rearrangement, though all books call it as penacol-penacalone rearrangement. Generally, in rearrangement reactions, the formula of the starting compound and the final compound will be same. But in this so-called rearrangement reaction, starting compound is a diol, product is a ketone, they have different formula. It is not correct to call it as rearrangement, but everybody calling it as penacol-penacalone rearrangement. See, so there are common mistakes people commit. They are using a term rearrangement for it, unfortunately. Are you clear, sir? Hello? Hello? Now, should I clean it? Go to next idea.
Sir, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Sir, can we clear it? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
See, IIT advanced question on this subject. The advanced is they create panic in children's minds, but the basic ideas are simple here. It is a naphthalene which is used to maintain, hygienic in public toilets. The white naphthalene marbles are used in public toilets to clear the Sir, what is this compound looking like, sir? Hello? Hello? They added H plus. They got a product. Now they are asking what is the product. First option.
Sir, your body is blood, sir.
I don't know. I did not disturb anything. Why it got blood? Is it better now?
Still it is blood, sir.
I'll just actuate. First, let me complete the reaction and then you have to identify the options, right? First, let me complete writing the 4 options, then I will adjust the focus. I will give only 3 options, okay? I will make the life simple.
Now it is clear, sir.
Sir, what is your answer? A, B, C. Fourth option. What is the answer, sir?
C, sir.
So it is a IIT advanced question in the year 2019, I think, or 80. Actually, if you know what is pinnacle rearrangement, you have no difficulty in identifying the answer. Okay, sir? Hello. It is a kind of pinnacle, 1,2-diol. It is a kind of pinnacle. Okay. Sir, can I clear it, sir?
1 minute, sir.
Okay, take your time. Sir, one great trade secret. Before last year, my student got 99.99 percentile and his highest score is in chemistry only. The secret I am telling you, sir, for mains, you read the NCERT book like Holy Quran. In the name of Allah, please read the NCERT. Once you get 99.9 percentile in IIT mains, your advance is my responsibility. I am not having any demand. I am not asking you to read any other material. Just to read the NCERT like Holy Quran. Whatever the PKA values they give, you learn them. Whatever they give in the book, I want you to learn. The advance is a game for us. It is not at all a deal. It's not a big deal. Mains, you have to, sir, you have to go up to mains. Advance is my headache, not your headache. It's simple now. Can I clear it, sir?
Yes.
Thank you. Sir, while talking to you about alkyl halides, suppose this compound is called, you know what is the name of this compound, sir? What is the name of this compound, sir? What is the name of this compound? Start here. It is
Benzene.
benzene. What is it, sir?
Methyl benzene.
If you don't remember toluene, at least you can say methyl benzene. IUPAC name is methyl benzene. Everybody knows it as toluene. Sir, what is the name of this compound, sir? At least say it is methoxybenzene. What is it, sir?
Methoxybenzene.
Aromatic ether, commonly known as anisole. Don't worry, don't feel panic if you don't remember the names. Slowly we will be remembering things. Okay? Anisole. What is it, sir?
Phenol.
What is it, sir?
Orthophenol.
Catechol. Catechol is 1,2-dihydroxybenzene. Okay, sir. It is a diol. I am not calling it as pinnacle because it is not a open like it is a kind of pinnacle if you want, but there is no possibility for it for any kind of migration at all. Because this OH bond, which is directly linked to benzene, cannot be really removed because it has double bond nature. So it is simply catechol. What is this, sir? Or resource. Don't feel panic. Every day I will be writing these structures. Every day we are playing the game. Just don't feel panic. Just see them and forget them. Don't try to remember also. You don't have to bother yourself. It is called phenol. Okay, sir? Is that fine? Is that fine, sir?
Yes, sir. 1 minute.
No. What is the name of this compound? Benzyl alcohol. Okay, sir?
Yes.
And I just now wrote this compound which is used to clean, maintain toilets. Naphthalene marbles, available as a white balls which have a pleasant smell, kept in toilet commodes, right? Naphthalene. In the naphthalene, if I put a OH here, it is called naphthol. If I put OH here of alpha naphthol, if I put OH here, beta naphthol, naphthol, all alcohol, phenol, all alcohol. Okay, sir. Is it fine with you? These are some compounds which we have come across. Should I clear them once? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Just don't worry, sir. Don't worry. Just see them every day. I will be writing. And that's it. Now, my problem is I want to convert the toluene into benzyl alcohol. How can I do that? What I can do is I have a specific reagent called NBS. N-bromosuccinimide. It is a very popular reagent. N-bromosuccinimide. If I am using ordinary bromine and FeBr3, the bromine will come here or here. It is aromatic electrophilic substitution, Friedel-Crafts bromination. Bromine will be incorporated into benzene if I am using bromine and a halogen carrier like FeBr3, BCl3, AlCl3, etc. I am not worried on that. Whenever I want to remove a hydrogen of the side chain, it is called a benzylic hydrogen. Whenever I want to replace a benzylic hydrogen with a halogen, NBS is the right reagent. N-bromosuccinimide is used to convert your toluene into benzyl bromide. Instead of using N-bromosuccinimide, if you use N-chlorosuccinimide, you get benzyl chloride. There is a reagent called NCS or NBS. This is a specific reagent that replaces benzylic hydrogen with a halogen. This compound is called propene. If I am directly adding chlorine, these positions are added with chlorine. If I am directly adding HCl, the Cl will be added here, H will be added here according to Markovnikov rule. If I am using HBr in a hydrogen peroxide, the H will be added here, Br will be added here. So I am disturbing double bond and putting halogens normally. However, if I am using N-chlorosuccinimide, this hydrogen, this is called allylic hydrogen, is replaced by Cl. Double bond is not disturbed. So there is a specific reagent called N-chlorosuccinimide or N-bromosuccinimide. This particular reagent will replace benzylic hydrogen with halogen or allylic hydrogen with halogen. It would not disturb the double bond. Are we very clear about it, sir?
Yes.
Now, when I want to convert the toluene into benzyl alcohol, my first step would be I take toluene, methyl benzene, react it with N-bromosuccinimide, NBS. I get the benzyl bromide. When once I have halogen linked to a sp3 carbon, if I put aqueous NaOH or any base, gently that is replaced by OH by SN2 reaction. Substitution nucleophilic bimolecular. Got it, sir? Hello.
Yes.
Sir, now I want you to make these changes. How can you convert this into? this compound. How can you convert this into this compound? How can you convert this into this compound? How can you convert this into this compound? So let us name these compounds. Propane 1,2-diol, 1-propanol, 2-propanol, prop2 in 1-ol. This is commonly known as allyl alcohol. It is commonly known as isopropyl alcohol. It is commonly known as propyl alcohol. It is commonly known as propylene glycol. Don't worry about common names, sir. Just to see, I started with a compound, 3 carbons and a double bond. I want to put 2 OH groups. I want to put only 1 OH group. I want to put only 1 OH group on central carbon. I want to put only 1 OH group on a sp3 carbon. How can I do this? If I learn this, that's enough for today preparation. I'll take you to questions. Only this simple question, let us think. Can anybody suggest me a way, sir, for first conversion? Slowly, we are not in a hurry. We have a lot of time.
The downside of both is
Bayer's
not
reagent.
visible, sir.
Sir,
The downside of both is not visible, sir.
now I have moved the system. Is it visible now? Hello. Is it better now? No, I'm just going away. You have to tell me in which position you fit. Yep. Is it not visible, sir?
It's a little bit back,
Okay.
little more.
Okay.
Keep going, sir.
Okay. Not visible still? Okay, clean it and write again.
Yes, sir. Now okay.
Okay. Sir, how to convert this first conversion?
Alkaline KMnO4.
Simply Bayer's reagent. Alkaline KMnO4. The KMnO4 in presence of a base will convert the water into H2O2. 2 OH groups are added across the double bond from the same side. You got this. There is no issue with this. No issue. You got a glycol. So I don't bother about it. How to get the second one?
Hydroboration oxidation.
Wow, that is hydroboration oxidation, anti-Marconi oxidation, 100% product. Fantastic. How can you bring about next change, sir?
Oxymercuration,
demercuration.
demercuration.
Beautiful. So thrilled. Sir, how can you bring about this, sir?
N-bromosuccinimide.
Here you are using N-bromosuccinimide so that this position is substituted with halogen. So in the first step you got 3-bromopropene. Then this is treated with aqueous NaOH. Always aqueous NaOH will replace the Br minus with OH minus. Yes, sir. Got it? Is that fine, sir?
Yes, sir.
That's all. Now we have more serious task. I want you to convert this compound into this compound. This is called glycerine. Can anybody think of a possible method to make a glycerine starting with a propene? Well, ladies and gentlemen, First I reacted with NBS. Now I got CH2 double bond CH, CH2OH. Is that fine, sir?
Yes, sir.
Is that
Yes.
Then I will react it.
Where
There are so
Sri
many
Lanka?
ways. Then I can use alkaline KMnO4 according to you. If I use alkaline KMnO4, it will be diol according to you. So in one step I get this. You think like that. That is Bayer's seal. The H2O momentarily becomes H2O2 and the 2OH are added. You think like that. But unfortunately, my problem there, the permanganate is a oxidizing agent. So it will not only add 2 OH groups, but also convert the primary alcohol into COOH. Therefore, what happens is this CH2OH will become COOH. This CH2OH will also become COOH. Unfortunately, if you use alkaline KMnO4, this compound forms even for a billionth of a second. For 1 billionth of a second, this compound forms, but urgently it will become COOH, CH2, COOH. Oh my God. I got an unwanted compound. I don't want this compound, propan dioic acid. 2-hydroxy propan dioic acid, I don't want. I don't want this. I want only glycerin. So,
Sir, what you wrote on upper side is not visible.
come again, come again. Hello. Hello. Come again, sir. Come again. What is your doubt?
Sir, upper part of board is not visible, sir.
Okay, okay. This is not visible. Okay, I will not write there, sir. I will not write there. I am saying that you got up to this. This part is clear now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, first I put N-bromosuccinimide, then I put aqueous KOH. I got this. Now I cannot react it with alkaline KMnO4 to get glycerin because the alkaline KMnO4 will oxidize primary alcohol to acid. That is the reason why my idea is I use HOCl, hypochlorous acid. Now this part is plus, this part is minus. According to Markovnikov rule, plus will go to a carbon that has more hydrogens. So Cl will go here, OH will come here. Any problem, sir? Whenever I add HOCl, it is like H plus Cl minus. Here Cl is plus, OH is minus. Like H plus goes to a carbon that has more hydrogen, Cl plus goes to a carbon more hydrogens. So I got this compound. When this is treated with aqueous KOH, I get CH2OH, CH2OH, CH2. That is my glycerin. Are we clear, sir? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Sir, I have not bothered to use alkaline KMnO4 in this reaction because alkaline KMnO4 can convert primary alcohols into carboxylic acids. Therefore, I have avoided that. I want only glycerin, propan 1,2,3 triol. I don't want any COOH. So my scheme is, first I go for N-bromosuccinimide, bring about allylic bromination. Then I treat with aqueous KOH, I will get OH. Then I treat with HOCl. Cl will go in the first position and OH will go to second position. Then I put aqueous KOH. This is the way to prepare a compound known as glycerin. Glycerin is also prepared by. Sir, are you seeing my board, sir?
Yes, sir.
Sir, this is a compound called as coconut oil, sir. Your coconut oil, your groundnut oil, your sesame oil, all damn oils are compounds like this. All oils are esters of glycerol. I will call them as triglycerides. Then you will be wondering, sir, what is the difference between my coconut oil and ghee? What is the difference between my groundnut oil and ghee? Sir, ghee is also a triglyceride, but here in the alkyl groups, there is a long carbon chain where there are no double bonds. If the alkyl chain is having so many carbons, say CH2, 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 some 17 carbons, no double bonds. If there are no double bonds in the alkyl chain, it is called saturated triglyceride. Saturated triglycerides are fats, they are solids at room temperature. However, if there are double bonds in between, if there are some double bonds, then they are called unsaturated triglycerides. These unsaturated triglycerides can generate cholesterol in the body that can cause heart attacks. So the triglycerides are two types, good and bad. Whatever that causes heart attacks is a bad triglyceride. Anyway, I'm not going there. Simply I'm saying at this point of time, sir, that RCOR, the esters of glycerin are called oils. In oils, there is unsaturation. In fat, there is no unsaturation. Are we very clean on this, sir? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, in nature, you have so many oils. Oils are extracted from seeds. These oils are nothing but esters made with a fatty acid and a glycerine. Ester made with fatty acid and glycerine is called triglyceride. In these esters, if the alkyl chains have double bonds, that is oil. If the alkyl chains don't have double bonds, a saturated triglyceride is called fat. Fats and oils, are they important or not important, sir? Do we require to eat fat and oil, or
Not
don't we require to eat fat and oil? What do you think?
Required, sir.
We required, sir.
If there are no fats in the body, your body cannot function. The problem is, in the buttocks, there are fats. Fat get accumulated in buttock. What is the use of that? That is a shock absorber. If you are sitting, bones are not undergoing a fracture because there is a fat that is a cushion. And fat is a bad conductor of heat. Therefore, even if outside it is very cool, you are not feeling that cold bite. Outside, if it is very hot, you don't get that degree of hotness because fat is a bad conductor of heat. Fat is an emergency food. Therefore, we require really fats, but good fats. I don't speak on that subject now. Simply glycerides, triglycerides are fats. It is oil. When oil is treated with NaOH, the ester bonds will break. So you get the glycerin. And RCOONA, sodium salt of fatty acid, 3 moles. This is called soap. So in soap industry, oil is treated with a strong base like NaOH, KOH. You are getting RCOONA, that is a laundry soap. If you are using KOH, you get RCOOK, that is called toilet soap. After getting soap, the liquid which is left out is called mother liquor or spent lye. Spent lye. From spent lye, glycerin can be separated by careful distillation under reduced pressure. Therefore, the reaction of oils with the alkali is called saponification. It is so called because in the reaction you get soap. In the saponification reaction, what is the byproduct, sir? Hello? What is the byproduct? What is the byproduct of saponification reaction? Hello? Hello?
Glycerin.
Glycerin. You know what is the use of glycerin? You can buy it in any medical shop. If there is a white ulcer in your mouth, you put glycerin in the mouth, just gargle and spit. If you do 4 or 5 times, it will be clear. But it takes 3 days time. You should also take plenty of water. If there are pimples on your skin, you buy glycerin, you add a little bit turmeric, you add a little bit cheese from the milk, boiled milk, you add a little bit basil leaf juice, Just apply. Your pimple will get cleared off in 2 days. If there are cracks on your foot, apply glycerin, cracks on the foot will disappear. The glycerin is a wonderful moisturizer. It is a medicinal compound. It is used to make sweet condiments. So glycerin is a wonderful compound that can be made as a byproduct in the saponification reaction of oils. So this is a small extrapolation. Actually, I wanted to talk many more ideas related to advance, but now we'll postpone them. First, we have to get 99.9 or greater score in mains. That is our topic. Therefore, we will switch over to question and answer mode. Now we are going to ordinary whiteboard mode. Sir, should we continue or should I close at this point of time? Because I want to discuss 20
Sir,
questions.
we will continue tomorrow. Sir.
Oh. So you feel tired, okay? Sir,
Because we
tomorrow is
are
Friday.
even
Sir,
reading IP and this also, no, sir.
I know, sir. I know.
But
When I
this
was
time is not.
see, you are doing a big job. When I was a student, I was not working hard like you. So I am proud of you. I will leave you, but please, tomorrow, Friday, you can't ask me to close beforehand. Today I am closing, no issue. But tomorrow you should give me time at least up to 12:30. Will you promise that?
Yes, sir. 12:30. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow
we can.
12:30. I have to discuss questions. That is important for me. Thank you. I am closing.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Everybody is okay with closing now? Anybody is having objection? Hello?
No objection.
You take
Okay, sir.
tomorrow. 12.
Okay. Tomorrow we will take a longer class. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Some students who have doubts can stay back and ask me doubts. Those who have work now, they can log out because I am not teaching anything new. Only doubt clarification.
Sir, once preparation of alcohol.
Preparation of?
Alcohol, sir.
Okay, I'm coming back. So those who don't want, they can log out. Just I am clarifying doubts, sir. Just I have to wash my hand plenty of times because this chalk is allergy. Yes, you want me to talk about preparation alcohols, right?
Sir.
Yes.
That whiskey, brandy, some.
Oh, don't
In
ask
short
about
way,
this.
please revise, sir, what we did till now, sir.
Okay. First, the topic we have started is called alcohols. Alcohols are the compounds which have OH group. The OH group can be linked to sp3 hybridized carbon, then they are called ordinary alcohols. Their general formula is CnH2n plus 2O. The ordinary alcohols can have variations in them. This type of alcohol, ethyl alcohol, which is known as spirit of wine, is used for consumption. This is a simple most alcohol called methanol. Methanol shows no type of isomerism. No isomerism is possible with one carbon alcohol, methanol. It is called wood alcohol. It is used to make varnishes. It can be made by water gas reaction. You can take simply carbon monoxide and hydrogen, just heat it in presence of copper oxide. Happily you can get with the carbon monoxide hydrogen mixture known as water gas. When it is heated with copper oxide, you will be getting methanol. So methanol is the simple most alcohol which can be made from just gases like carbon monoxide and hydrogen. You can also make methanol by taking methyl chloride and putting aqueous in it. Mind you, nobody should drink methanol. Nowadays, in some shops, in Arak shops, they extract leaf extract from toddy trees. That is called kallu. In that kallu, they add a little bit methanol to give kick. But if the amount of methanol goes slightly more, people get too many motions, they become blind and die on the spot. Very dangerous chemical is methanol. Never it is fit for consumption. It is used to make only varnish. Can be made by reaction of methyl chloride and aqueous NaOH, carbon monoxide and hydrogen in presence of copper oxide. Are we clear about it, sir? Hello?
Yes.
There are compounds called
Yes, sir.
aldehydes. Aldehyde having one carbon is called formaldehyde.
See.
Formaldehyde is called formalin sometimes. The formaldehyde is used in biology laboratories to preserve dead bodies of animals and plants. It has a characteristic smell, formaldehyde, irritating smell. That irritating smell, formaldehyde, when reduced with sodium borohydride or lithium aluminum hydride, on reduction of formaldehyde, we can make methanol. So methanol can be made in a variety of ways. Are we clear about it, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now we are looking at ethanol, the wood alcohol, the grain alcohol, which is required by many people. Okay. Now this can be made in America by a hydration of ethene. You take ethene, react it with water in presence of sulfuric acid. The H plus will go to one carbon, OH minus will go to another carbon. Simply it is a addition reaction. Notice temperature should be 170, sir. If the temperature is 140, you don't get alcohol, you get ether. If the temperature is 70, you don't get even ether, you get ethyl bisulfate. So I want to discuss this reaction. How to convert it into ethyl alcohol. We see the mechanism. Somebody asked me to talk about the preparatory strategies of alcohols. Sir, I have taken ethane and I am reacting it with sulfuric acid, which can be written as HSO4 minus. When the temperature is just 70 degrees, H plus attacks one of the carbons. Can you see that this pi bond is connecting anti and bi? The pi bond which is connecting anti and bi is now connecting anti and H plus. So it became CH3. Now the bi, because it lost the pi electrons which were connecting bi and anti, because it lost the pi bond, it takes the bisulfate. So it is called ethyl bisulfate. What is it called, sir? Ethyl
bisulfate.
Yeah. The first step is formation of ethyl bisulfate. It is a electrophilic addition. Starts with attack of H plus, completes with attack of bisulfate. Any compound that has double bond can undergo this type of reaction called electrophilic addition. It is so called because electron loving H plus attacks first. This is a symmetric alkene. If you take a alkene like this, now there is a problem. The doubly bonded carbon one has less
That
hydrogens.
upper part is not visible, sir. Please write down. Sir.
You take a compound like this. It has two different carbons, doubly bonded carbon. One has more hydrogens, one has less hydrogens. So whenever I am adding the H2SO4 here, now the H plus has two options. It can combine with anti or bi. With whom it will combine?
Auntie.
Auntie,
If
sir.
it combines with anti, everybody likes anti, I know. So I am getting HSO4 minus combining on the second carbon, anti combining with. Okay, sir. So anyway, whenever a compound that has a double bond is added with H2SO4 at a low temperature, I will be getting some bisulfate addition product. What is it called, sir? Bisulfate?
Bisulfate addition product.
Now, if the temperature is more, sir, this bisulfate addition product combines with another alcohol molecule, another ethene molecule. The HSO4 will take H plus from water and we will be getting ethyl alcohol at 170 degrees. Can you see it clearly, sir? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
sir. Yes,
But
sir.
if the temperature is not 170, if the temperature is only 140, suppose. If the temperature is 140, there is a lot of ethyl bisulfate. Only small part become ethyl alcohol because temperature is low. Therefore, the excess of ethyl bisulfate takes the ethyl alcohol H plus. Again, it will become H2SO4 and lost. And this alkoxy group combines with this alkyl group. Now, what you got, sir? What you got? What you got? Hello. What you got, sir? What you got? You got diethyl ether. If the temperature is 170, you just get ethyl alcohol. Now the summary. When ethene reacts with H2SO4 and water, at 70 degrees I get ethyl bisulfate. At 140 degrees I get diethyl ether. At 170 degrees I get ethyl alcohol. So this is a reaction controlled by temperature. I would like to write the summary like this so that you can remember easily. Just I will write the summary like this, sir. Sir, it is equal. Temperature is 70 degrees. Just a H2SO4 reacts. Water is not there in the picture. You got ethyl bisulfate. The temperature is 140. You get diethyl. If the temperature is 170, ladies and gentlemen, this is the way reaction happens. Okay, sir? Notice, two ethenes will take two hydrogens and in the center oxygen will come. You got ether. A reaction that is controlled by temperature. Is that fine with you? Hello? It is a strategy to prepare ethyl alcohol and diethyl ether. Common. Sir, in the sugar industry, there is a sugar waste called molasses. Molasses contain 50% wasted sugar. It will be having very bad smell and sugar has a formula C12H22O11. Now that drain, that molasses that is thrown into drain, just you can collect that waste because it is thrown outside, it will be flowing. Kilometers together, it will give bad smell. You can just take that molasses and add some powder, Baker's yeast. And urgently the molasses will step by step will be converted into ethyl alcohol. Just if you distill that solution, you get good ethyl alcohol. But if you try to do this immediately, you will be kept in jail. Even bail cannot be given. Why like that, sir? Hello. You can happily do alcohol if you want. I tell you how to make. But if you do it, you will be kept in jail. Because to make alcohol in India, you require license. Nobody should prepare it unless they have license. Okay? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
This process involved is called fermentation. In the fermentation process, first you collect the molasses, remove the waste solid called bagasse. After removing the solid waste, you filter it, you add water, dilute it, so that you get 10% sugar solution. After diluting, you will sprinkle Baker's yeast powder available in all bakeries. If you sprinkle the Baker's yeast in 48 hours, the yeast is a kind of fungus that will generate an enzyme called invertage. The name of the enzyme is invertage. It is called invertage because it inverts the nature of the optical activity. Original sugar will rotate the plane polarized light in a clockwise direction. After the action of invertage given by yeast on sugar, you get a product that rotates the plane polarized light in the opposite direction. Hence, this is called inversion of sugar. Why sugar is getting converted into what? Ordinary sugar is known as sucrose. Sucrose, because of the action of Becker's yeast, will become a mixture of glucose and fructose. Both have same formula. Both have same formula, but one is glucose, one is fructose. Sir, fructose is a fruit sugar that is very sweet in taste. Fructose is a ketone. Glucose is aldehyde. Fructose is sweeter. Glucose is not sweeter. Fructose rotates the plane polarized light on the left-hand direction. Glucose rotates in right-hand direction. Because the fructose power is more, the mixture will rotate the plane polarized light on the left side. Hence, the action of Becker's yeast on the sugar is called inversion. When the sugar is inverted, you are getting glucose and fructose. And the glucose and fructose are again subjected to another enzyme action given by yeast called as zymase. The zymase will allow the glucose and fructose to react with water to give you alcohol and the carbon dioxide. A mole of glucose will give 2 moles of alcohol and 2 moles of CO. In the reaction, carbon dioxide looks as if it is going out like bubbles, block, 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 block. It looks as if it is boiling. Really not boiling. It is called fermentation. Summary. What is fermentation? A process of converting sugar into alcohol. What is the reagent? That is Becker's yeast. What is Becker's yeast? It is a kind of fungus. What Becker's yeast would do? It will eat the sugar by producing an enzyme called invertage. What invertage will do? It will react the sugar, sucrose with water to give glucose and fructose. What is this change known as? Conversion of sugar into glucose and fructose is known as inversion. Then what happens? The inverted sugar, glucose and fructose again undergoes hydrolysis with the zymase enzyme. When the glucose and fructose are acted by zymase enzyme, you get ethyl alcohol and CO2. Each molecule of glucose or fructose can give 2 moles of alcohol, 2 moles of CO2. We allow the alcohol to get concentrated up to say 10%. Then you will kill all the yeast by putting boiling water. Because if we allow the reaction to further proceed, a part of the alcohol can be converted into acetic acid. The acetic acid formation will destroy the taste of whiskey. That's what the book writer said. Therefore, to prevent the loss of taste, they destroy the yeast when the concentration of alcohol became 10%. And then this is called wash. Wash is distilled to get 95.6% alcohol. That is called as a rectified spirit. The rectified spirit is added with benzene and slowly distilled. This addition of benzene and distillation is called azeotropic distillation. When you add a little bit benzene and start distilling, whatever that becomes vapor first contain benzene, alcohol and water. The benzene, alcohol and water will go completely out till all the water goes out. When all the water has gone out, you will be left out with pure benzene and alcohol mixture that on heating gives only alcohol vapors. So in that way, you can prepare 100% pure alcohol called absolute alcohol. This method of adding a little bit benzene-like material and distilling is called azeotropic distillation. In azeotropic distillation, first fraction of vapor which you get contain alcohol, water and benzene. That continues till all water has gone. To remove water traces from alcohol, you can use some materials, but you can't use CaCl2 and CaO as they can react with alcohol. Material that can remove moisture from anything is called dehydrating agent. P4O10 is a dehydrating agent. H2SO4 is a dehydrating agent, but you can't use CaCl2 because that combines with alcohol. So these are some methods to prepare alcohol, which we use for drinking. In India by molasses, in America by ethene. Are we clean, sir? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So please look at the NCERT book. We keep the NCERT
Sir,
book.
which process is good, sir? Molasses or ethane?
Molasses?
Or ethane? Which process is good, sir, in both?
Alcohol is bad in any way, however you make it. But in India, we use molasses. We also use a starch. Starch means the rice waste and wheat waste. The starch is added with germinating barley powder called malt. And then the malt will generate some enzymes called diastage. The diastage is an enzyme that converts starch into maltose. When starch is converted to maltose, you get maltose sugar. The maltose sugar also has same formula like C12H22O11. When maltose sugar reacts with water in presence of maltage enzyme, you get pure glucose. When the glucose is again subjected to an action of ZH, it reacts with water to give ethyl alcohol and the carbon dioxide. So in India, right from starch also we are getting alcohol. This is, starch is the rice waste, potato waste, wheat waste. Whenever there is a disease to potato, you throw the potato out. Or whenever there is a rain, the rice gets decolorized. You don't cook it for eating. Such waste rice is converted by treating with steam into a paste called mash. Mash means that is a rice paste with powdered rice paste with steam. The mash is treated with a germinating barley powder that is called malt. Malt will give an enzyme, diastage. The diastage will convert the starch and water into maltose. Maltose undergo hydrolysis with another enzyme called maltase, secreted by germinating barley and yeast. Maltase will convert the sugar into glucose. Glucose is converted to alcohol by another enzyme called xylitol. So in India, we go traditionally. We also make wine. You see, you take grapes, black grapes, ordinary round black grapes, and just smash them with your hand. And leave the skin of the grape as it is and put it in a glass jar. And add 2 spoonfuls of sugar and a half spoonful of, say, your rice flour. And then just close it, put it in a dark place for 20 days. If you just open it, you will be seeing a pleasant flavor of alcohol in a red color liquid. Carefully, without using moisture in your hands, having a gloves, with a wooden stick, you can mix it and then just keep it for another 7 days and filter it. Your wine is ready. Wow. Anyway, I'm not supposed to teach all these things. These are all chemical methods to make wine and all, which contain alcohol, and alcoholic beverages are harmful to health. In old syllabus, they were there. So by default, I spoke, forget about it. Don't try to make wine at your home. Your parents will scold not only you, but also me. Okay. In Kerala, they are making as a household beverage, of course. Anybody is there from Kerala? Hello? Hello? Hello, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So forget about it. Don't try to do these experiments at home. Okay, so I told you how to prepare ordinary alcohol. Okay, any alcohol can be made by hydration of alkenes, by reduction of aldehydes and ketones. Aldehydes, ketones can be reduced with lithium aluminum hydride. And there are many methods we discussed. By hydrolysis of esters, so on. A specific reaction I talked to you is hydroboration oxidation, anti-Markovnikov addition of water, oxymercuration demercuration, Markovnikov addition of water. You can make alcohols starting with the Grignard reagent. Formaldehyde reacts with the Grignard reagent followed by hydrolysis to give primary alcohol. The cyclic ethers called epoxides also react with Grignard to give primary alcohol. Any other aldehyde reactant did not give secondary alcohol. Ketones react with Grignard reagent to give tertiary alcohol. That is very important. Even esters can react with Grignard to give tertiary alcohols. In our syllabus, we have looked at the preparation of alcohols from 4 sources: alkenes, aldehydes, ketones, and acids, Grignard reagents, and then molasses fermentation methods. So in all, there are 5 schemes. Alkyl halide on treatment with aqueous KOH or NaOH also give alcohol. So you can make alcohol from alkyl halide using aqueous KOH. You can make alcohol from alkene using water and sulfuric acid. Or you can make alcohol from alkene using hydroboration oxidation. Or you can make alcohol from alkene using oxymercuration, demercuration. Or you can make alcohol starting with molasses. These are 5 different schemes to make alcohol as given in your syllabus. In all this, reaction of ethene with water and sulfuric acid is a very standard reaction they are asking. Hydroboration oxidation is also being asked. Oxymercuration, demercuration is not there in your syllabus. So I told you the methods of preparation of alcohols. Tomorrow, sir, I want to use only the tab to explain you questions. Tomorrow target is to do 30 questions. Out of 30, 20 questions should come in the exam. Okay, that is the target. Now, can I close the class, sir? Hello? Okay, sir. Williamson synthesis is a method to prepare ethers. Ethers are compounds of formula ROR. If both alkyl groups are same, it is called simple ether. If the alkyl groups are different, it is called mixed ether. Whatever. Ether can be prepared by using alkyl halide and reacting with sodium alkoxide. Always sodium wants to go with X as NaX. Therefore, the RO minus combines with R plus. In other words, I can say X minus is replaced by OR minus. So in Rx, if X minus is replaced by OR minus, you are getting R1. Reaction where one negatively charged group is replaced by another negatively charged group is called as substitution nucleophilic reaction. X minus or Y minus or anything that has negative charge that combines with the C plus is called a nucleophile. The alkyl halide X minus is replaced by OR minus of sodium alkoxide. This reaction of Rex plus RONA gives ROR. Alkyl halide plus sodium alkoxide gives ether is called Williamson synthesis. In Williamson synthesis, I have a rule. I should never take tertiary alkyl halide to get a ether. If I take a tertiary alkyl halide, whenever it reacts with a base like sodium alkoxide, tertiary alkyl halide never prefer SN reaction. Tertiary alkyl halide prefers elimination reaction to give alkyl. Therefore, my rule is, whenever I want to prepare any DAM ether, I should never take tertiary alkyl halide. Even if I want to make a ether that has tertiary alkyl group, say tertiary butyl methyl ether, if I want to prepare, I should definitely take methyl chloride, but not tertiary butyl chloride. Here I take methyl chloride and sodium tertiary butoxide, then of course NaCl is lost, I get this ether. Please understand, theoretically there are 2 ways to get this compound. You can start with methyl chloride, react with sodium tertiary butoxide, or you can start with the sodium methoxide and tertiary butyl chloride. Of these 2 ways, I am telling you, you should never take tertiary butyl chloride, because if you take tertiary butyl chloride, you will undergo elimination reaction to get alkyl, but you will never get ether. Similarly, if you want to make an ether that has a phenyl group like this, you should never take chlorobenzene, because in chlorobenzene, the CCl bond has double bond nature that can never break. Therefore, if you want to make phenyl methyl ether, you will not take chlorobenzene, you will take sodium phenoxide and methyl chloride. So, certain halogen derivatives are unfit for Williamson synthesis. Summary: Williamson synthesis is a method to make ethers. To get ether, we start with alkyl halide and sodium alkoxide. Normally, any alkyl halide, any alkoxide can be taken. But if you want to make tertiary methyl alkyl ether, never take tertiary alkyl halide. Okay? With that note, we close this. Okay, sir? Okay?
Yes, sir.
So try to read the NCERT book and we will be meeting tomorrow with more questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.